really cool video about how to play against Fizz. Yeah, Veigar has like a crap ton of matchups that just, it seems like they downright counter him. Well, they do. Fizz being one of those matchups, obviously because he has an ability called Playful Trickster. This ability allows him to go invulnerable and dash at the same time. It is a dash because you can move from point A to point B, in a little dash. It's like a two-part dash. It's a 1, 2. It's like a little flip. 1, 2. He can flip forward, flip back, flip forward, flip forward quick. It's an interesting ability. I'll point it out. If you've never seen it before, obviously, it's the reason why Fizz is just such a strong champion versus mages, versus CC. Really, anything that, if dodged, is GG. Well, with the Veigar cage, if dodged, it's GG. That's kind of how it is. Sometimes it's not, but that's kind of how it is for the most part. Fizz R goes, really far. You're a very immobile mage, very slow immobile mage. Fizz R comes out, I think, like, to the end of the fountain here. It's like the range that it has. So he can hit you from, further than you can hit him with his opening ability, which is his R. So this is just a really bad matchup, and I think this is a good chance for us to watch and see how, Veigar should be playing this matchup. You grab Doran's Ring, 2 pots. You need the health from Doran's Ring, you need the ability power from Doran's Ring, and, the stats are there, but that's not really the reason why you want Doran's Ring. Dark Seal is another option, but I think it's a little weak, because you're not going to kill Fizz. You're not going to kill the jungle too much. So Warwick should be able to last against you. So yeah, Dark Seal, not very good. Some people go Corrupting Pot. I don't think Corrupting Pot versus Melee is as strong as it was. But this guy went Corrupting. Does same burn, really. Burns champions for 15 over 3 seconds. It's just really not. It's lackluster, honestly. You get more regen from the Doran's Ring anyways over time. Plus, the 70 health and 15 ability power every single time. That being said, let's see how the laning phase goes. I think we should put the camera with blue. We'll see about that. So say go high 5 these guys in the jungle and go to mid. So Fizz, I noticed, started his Playful Trickster, and as a Fizz, you really just don't want to start that ability. You're able to clear the wave, but after that, you really have nothing to clear the other 3. So gets 3, loses the other 3. That's really not how you want to play Fizz. Because look, I'm able to zone him off the other 3. I opted to get that one rather than zone him off the other ones, but for the most part, you want to start on Fizz like the other. What's the other ability he has? This one, his W, Seastone Trident. So that you can get the resets on the minion kills. And so right here, Fizz plays very aggressively, and you'd say, okay, so Fizz is doing really well right now. He's chunking me out, but this doesn't matter. When I come into a Fizz matchup, this doesn't matter. This health loss doesn't matter. First of all, I think I do end up dying because I didn't respect this, but all in all I need is about 15 or so CS, and I can go back and grab my first item, which is the Amp Tome, or I think in this matchup you want to grab the Sapphire Crystal so that you can spam Q a little bit more with the Sapphire Crystal. Sapphire Crystal plus the refill, little refill arena, best thing you can go back with on Fizz, because it allows you to early back at 500 gold, which is really strong. Fizz, I think, really wants to stay in lane as a champion, and just use his Seastone Trident to just, like, get a bunch of, because he killed that one, get his mana back, killed that one, get his mana back. So let's speed it up here. I think he ends up doing a little big chunk on me. Sees I use my W here, wants to go in. Really easy combo to hit for Fizz. Uses his Playful Trickster to, you know, get away. Make sure he doesn't get hit by a Q on the way out. Really strong play for Fizz. But again, we don't really care. We're trying to get, you know, 15 CS, which is not, you know, a tall order. It's very easy to stay alive as Veigar. Obviously, I only had 2 pots, but get the flash in from Warwick, so we had to flash. He hit the what do you call it on us, but the Playful Trickster didn't fall because we were able to. I was able to flash out of it before I get hit by the Playful Trickster. So here's a Viegar versus Rengar, or not Rengar, Warwick. Did Warwick win this? No, Warwick doesn't know what Viegar does, apparently. I actually want to back that up a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. So they start off with like relatively even health. Diego about 80% health. Yeah, even health. Both level 3. Dang, those Viego auto attacks plus the PTA is just kind of ridiculous. Alright, back in the laning phase, we went to go pick up, Sapphire Crystal and Refill Potion. Very strong against Fizz. You can take 1 or 2 chunks, still got your refill, and your mana to be able to spam your abilities. So let's see how this works out. As you can see, he's already gotten 1 gank. There's a pretty aggressive gank too. Let's get the, almost got the double stack there. So Fizz is gonna end up running out of mana. That's what I'm noticing right now from this. And one thing that you can always notice in a Fizz matchup, as you can see down here, he's only got about 200 mana left, although it looks like he has about half his mana. Fizz has one of the smallest mana pools in the game and uses some of the most mana in the game, so he needs to either build mana or he's going to run out of mana really quickly. So that being said, we're just waiting right now. This is just a waiting game. I don't think he can do anything to me, so I am just disrespecting him by sticking around. Like, see, there's a failed go-in by him because it wasted his mana, and it didn't do any damage. So now it's just even more of a waiting game. I can stick in lane. This is perfect. This is the best situation you can ever have, because he can leave right now, but he doesn't want to leave. But he probably should. If you're this Fizz, you need to leave right now. You're out of mana, you can't do, like, anything to me. I am not even afraid of that Fizz at all. I've got my Sapphire Crystal, I've got about 300 more mana than him, which is crazy. So it's just a waiting game. I can stay even in farm, grab my farm, and don't have to worry about Fizz, even if he gets his ulti here. He doesn't even have enough mana for it, and he knows it. So I think I do need to respect the fact that, you know, I'm getting low on mana too, and I think if we're both low on mana, I think he wins. So I go back. We'll see what I pick up. Let's see. Okay, so second back is interesting. Pause. Second back, still 0-0-0 in lane, down about 7 CS. Went from Sapphire Crystal and the refill to grabbing the Amp Tome and a Control Ward and Boots. This is a really strong start if you can't get an early kill and get your last chapter. Really strong start. Grab your Amp Tome so that it makes it easier to last hit. add your boots so that you can dodge Fizz's ultimate. Back to the laning phase. Still trying to just grab as many CS as possible while getting as many stacks as possible. Using your Q on cooldown. If your Q's on cooldown, probably doing it wrong. That's the only thing that I can see bad Veigar players doing is they hold their Q. You almost never want to do that. Just always throw that Q out there. It's a low cooldown. If somebody wants to think that you have a high cooldown on Q, you know, they're getting baited because that Q is going to be up another 4 seconds and then they're dead. So he knew I was going for that cannon there. I think I die here, which is okay. I think he ends up getting the kill. No, he doesn't. Does he? What does this champion do? Okay, so he doesn't end up getting the kill. I disrespected the Fizz here. So he's got his R. I know he has his R. So this is something that, you know, I can learn from. Is this isn't worth it, me dying, right? I died. I can stack that. I can. There's nothing he can do about it. I can stack it. But he can kill me. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, knowing that, giving up the cannon is probably your best move here. It keeps you alive. You can get the experience. Stand right here, just outside of his ulti range. This is just a bad play on my part. So I got the stack at least, and I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 stacks from him, 2 from the cannon, and a harvest stack. So it's not the end of the world, and I did get him low and take his R. But in the future, if I can learn from this, you guys can learn from this. Give up that cannon minion. Just give it up. You don't need that cannon minion. You need your life. So if I was alive right here, I'd just get the next cannon minion. I'd be fine. Plus we'd have Viegar. So let's learn from that. And we'll see what I came back to lane with. Am I still dead or something? Where am I? Oh, I'm top lane. Did I get a kill? No, did not get a kill. Why am I top lane? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so we went to go try and kill the Malphite. Didn't really work. Yeah. Okay, so I just went to go get plating with my singed. Really, that's all I did. And then I stayed top, and he went mid for a wave, and then we ended up dying, I think. Okay, so we're here. Stayed top. This guy went mid. He's gonna look to army here. And I'm dead, right? Okay. Pretty sure I didn't. Yeah, I didn't respect the Malphite ulti or didn't see this guy coming in. Very poor thing to learn from there, honestly. I think the whole point is to watch me versus the Fizz. So, in the Fizz matchup, it's interesting because you don't really want to build against the Fizz. You don't want to build to kill the Fizz. Well, you are because you're Veigar, but that's not the main thing that you're building for. The main thing that you're building for is to kill the enemy, the other enemies. There's 4 other people on the team. Those are your targets, other than the Fizz. So, in this game, started out 2-0 Fizz, up in CS, 0-2 Veigar, down in CS, down in items, down in experience. How do you beat that? How do you come back from that? Well, the only thing I was thinking this whole game is I don't really need to worry about the Fizz too much. I can grab, obviously some free poke on him. That's just what that was. But the focus is the other lanes. That's why I was up in top lane. The focus is the jungle and killing the enemy, which is not the Fizz. So right here, don't know what I'm doing. Just go back to mid. So he uses Playful Trickster there. Thought he'd walk into the W there. Playing it safe, it looks like, just opting to get the CS and the experience. Not sure where the Fizz went, but probably ping that. Okay, so I'm going back. How do you know how much gold people have? Wish I knew how much gold I was backing with. So Fizz is in lane, so I'm gonna stay in lane. Here comes Fizz. One level up. So even though the wave pushes up here, notice the position of where I am. I'm keeping the camera like this. So you don't need to keep the camera like right on you, like this the whole time, because then he's out of frame for most of the time. You want, your camera to be like this, and if he's coming at you, then like this, because then you can see what he's seeing. So he's leaving the lane to go contest this objective. See how the 2v2 plays out. Should get this kill. Got some chunk off on the person, so your E's on cooldown. You want to play easy when your E's on cooldown. And E coming back up. We can get this. Pause. Fizz did what any Fizz thought he could do when desperate, is one shot. And one thing you can do with Fizz is a dash in, Playful Trickster, W when you land, or flash in, W, Playful Trickster. So I think that's what he was going for, but what is that sound? So what I did was what is the term I'm looking for? I queued, not ability Q, but I queued up my R on the Fizz so that it would come out instantly when he got in range. About right there. Queued up my ability, so he didn't even get to hit me. He just died as soon as he got in range. Got the kill on Warwick there, so let's back it up a little bit. We'll put it in half speed. So Fizz is just tanking right there. Right there, you notice he probably should have gone this way, and that would have been a win for him. Just go out the back there. I couldn't have gotten him there. So I hit the E on him, hit the W on him. He gets the perfect flip into my Q, and I even hit the Malphite with that Q. Malphite gets away here because he has the ulti, but I did get the Harvest stack before he left, and we're able to get the Rift Herald here. So Fizz, I think, played that just absolutely poorly, and I played that, textbook. Stay in the back. When you don't have your E, you're back. When you have your E, you're forward, very aggressive. Always hitting your E on people. I didn't miss any E's there, which was good. Always hit, I think, all three of them within an E or ace 2. It's perfect. In a team fight like that, look at where I'm placing my E's. So, back up once more. So I'm coming in. I'm trying to get as many people inside an E as possible, and throwing my W down at the wall, wherever they are. So I hit all three of them with a stun. It's a super strong E. As it's on cooldown, so on 10, 9, I'm doing something else. I'm getting vision, and I'm keeping back. As it's coming back on cooldown, 6, 5, 4, I'm coming back into the fight. loading up my R. Right when he comes in, he gets R'd. And E is back up, and then we're coming back in, hit both of them with the E, throw UW at the wall. He gets the flip into the Q. E's on cooldown, but we know it's a 2v1, so we're very aggressive right here, and he has to flash away or ult away. So it's a very good fight to learn from there. We're able to get the Rift Herald afterwards, and then we're back mid. I don't think there's very many ways that we could have done that differently to get the Mal fight, other than just getting there earlier, and that's, you know, that's not what we can learn from here. But, so we'll go back and we'll see what we back with. So it took everything there from the Fizz, right? So once again, I think in this matchup, just respecting the aggressive behavior of the Fizz, that dash in right there allows the R, so honestly, being that close to the wave in the future is probably a bad idea. Got the stun on him, which is why he had to flash. I didn't have flash there, so I think I would have lived if I had even abilities. Let's just see what I bought. So 4-2 Fizz, coming back into the game, down only a little bit in CS. He died, I died, so it was a 1-for-1 for our team. And we're working on getting, so we got our Shortbird's very good thing to rush. So the reason why I think I was there was because Fizz just used his ulti in that other fight over here. And it was already back up when he got back to lane. This gives him ability haste. This gives him a ton of ability haste. And I believe that Fizz has ability haste in his runes as well. So he's just got a ton of ability haste. That being said, I wasn't expecting the Fizz art to be up that soon, so I think that's why I was disrespecting that much. But we're coming back into the game, as you can see. We're doing well in CS. The only person beating us is our APC, the Swain. I think he's honestly just a minion killing machine now. Yeah, so coming back to lane, getting our Luden's Tempest. Luden's Tempest, great item on Veigar. I think it just synergizes way too well to not pick up. I used to think this was stronger because it does do a little bit more damage late game, and it does give you a good ability haste stack, but late game you're only gaining like 20 ability haste more than this item, and this item is going to give you 20 magic penetration more, actually 26 magic penetration more late game than this item, so it's really strong. The magic pen is just super strong against squishies. It gives you movement speed, it gives you damage, it gives you serious mana, ability power, it gives you everything you need. The Luden's Tempest is very strong this season, and I highly recommend you try it a couple games with your source shoes. This is perfect back right here. So right now I have 18 plus 6, which is 24, is just 24 I think. Ability or magic penetration is just very strong. Typically I think the enemy, let's check how much magic, that's half, it's 50% magic penetration. It's very strong. That being said, let's go ahead and start. So this is mid-game right now. We've got our first item. So just using long-range Ws, keeping camera very safe. Long-range Ws, hit that Q. I think I hit 2 Qs there. Yeah, he was full health. Yeah, I hit that Q, did a chunk. I hit this Q, did a chunk. Hit my E, he misses R, throw a W down in front, QR. QR there kills. A lot of people don't know that. When he gets that low, this low, QR kills. Q will do another 283 damage. she'll take him, these are 100 damage bars right here, so take him down to right here. An auto attack plus harvest, take him down to about like right here, and then the R will take him down dead. So right here, QR kills. I don't think he knew that. So I'm playing aggressive. Hit him with the W. I mean the E. Throws his R out, but he doesn't throw it long range. Throws it medium range. QR instant. And Viegar wasn't even able to get the assist. It was just too quickly. So that's how the mid-game matchup goes versus Fizz. How could Fizz have played that better? Save the R. Save the R. Because right there, all he could have done is I hit the E, he playful tricksters backwards, and he's out. Doesn't take any damage, doesn't waste his R, doesn't die. Lives to see another day. That's basically how it was, but he's so aggressive being the 4-2 Fizz, up in level, up in CS, everything. He's so aggressive. So, I mean, maybe it was Fizz messing up there, but hopefully we can learn something from that if you're a Veigar main now. After that, just looking to go be with my team after some sort of play like that. Opt to stay mid, get this farm, and then we're going down to see if we can help the team out. Team fighting and team gameplay with Veigar is interesting. It's really easy once you get used to it. Really easy. Try and E as many people as you can. When your E's on cooldown, you're back but still in the fight. Hitting long range abilities. That's what you do as a Veigar in the mid game, late game team fights. Let's see what happens. Speed it up a little bit. There's a fight going down over here. Ooh, flash in is interesting. Okay, so I noticed the grouping down here, and I think instead I was looking for a TP, but instead of that, I think I just walk and slow it down here. So I see the grouping. The flash E on the grouping. Somebody flashed out this way. Who is that? This person. I think he flashed out. Could be wrong. But let's see. Okay. Keep your eye on the ADC. Tell me if he flashes out of my page. Yeah, instant. So that was an interesting flash E by me. This is really good. It's really strong flash E. So they're coming all together here. We're kind of funneling them into this part of their jungle. Wow, that's a very strong front line that we have. Very weak front line that they have. Fizz misses his R. They land the bind, but they don't see me. So like right here, they start to see me. They're like, oh crap, it's a Veigar. But I don't think they predicted the flash E. They're all together. Fizz had to use his playful trickster in a defensive way. The ADC had to use his flash in a defensive way, kind of breaking up the strength of their togetherness right here. So in one way, it's like super strong for them to be together, but another way, it makes it really easy for me to catch them all in an E. So know that when you're playing Veigar, flash E is very strong. We get the free kill on Morgana, and then we're looking to clean up the other ones. And that's all I had to do was flash E. So, might think like flash E, well, that doesn't guarantee anything, but it's unpredictable. It's something that you don't really expect the Veigar to do too much in low elo. It's like flash, I don't know, flash Lulu ulti or something like that, you know? Like flashing and Lulu ulting herself. Like, you just don't expect that too much. So I'm sitting on a ward right here. I don't think I know that. Speed up and go back, I think. Here. Let's check how many stacks I have right now. I have 123 stacks at 18 minutes. It's not like the best. It's not the worst. It's like a little over 6 or 7 a minute. But yeah, I need to be at 10. I think it's at like 7.5 a minute or something like that now. I have 311 ability power. We're working on getting our second item. Second item usually comes around anywhere from 16 minutes to 26 minutes, depending on how good you're doing. It's kind of weird, right? You could get it as easily as 16 minutes, or you could get it as late as like 26 minutes. I've had that bad of games before when I'm like 0-8 or something like that on Veigar, and I'm just getting dove over and over again. It will take you 26 minutes to get your Rabadon's Depth Cap, which is your next item. Just grabbing, going back whenever you get 1250 gold for your Needlessly Large, and then backing the third time when you have 1300 gold. Just knowing, you know, that's not going to change. Every game is nice and consistent for Veigar players. Just going back with 1250, going back with 1250, and going back with 1300 is like the strongest way of playing the mid game, because you get those 3 spikes. Get the 1 spike from the Needless, the other spike from the other Needless, and then the third really big spike from the Death Cap passive. So I think I'm going to back it up here, because I'm not sure how we got in this predicament. Okay, let me pause it again, put it on our camera. Okay. Okay, so walking down here to help the Viegar. Murder that person, and we'll murder the other person. I don't think there was any way that the enemy team wins that just because we got there first. We had like prio and lane, because it's obviously our part of the jungle. Ooh, got hit by that, and this person's just dead, right? So once you get to steamrolling like this against the Fizz, it's GG. I don't think the Fizz as a, you know, a one-shot assassin can beat Veigar at this stage in the game. If Fizz was like 8-3 or like 12-5 or something like that, and one-shotting somebody with their R and, you know, playful trickster and killing everybody, that would be a different Fizz, obviously. But low elo Fizzes is a silver, almost gold is not. It's not gonna be. You're not gonna be seeing that good of a Fizz. So obviously my 0-2 Veigar turned into 5-3, 300 gold. His 0-2 or 2-0 Veigar, or wow, I can't talk. Fizz turned into a 4-3. He's just dying left and right. So pressure mid game is how you really want to play the game. And let's speed it up here. I think this stage in the game's just over. We've got our foot on their neck. Telling the team back up here. All right, let's just fast forward it. So late game, what do we need to do to make sure that we win? Stay around your team. Just stay around your team. Find your team, stay around your team. If your team's not in the right spot, like Dragon, tell them to come to Dragon. Here's a team fight. Yikes. So this is what we end up winning off of. Because I think they FF when we get the Dragon. Let's back it up. That was really long team fight there. Okay, one more jump, and we'll analyze this. So last fight of the game is very important. If we lose this fight, we lose the Dragon, and we give them a chance to come back, right? So it's still a little bit sweaty. So let's see how we play this out. It's interesting. Double Farsight there on accident. Sorry, I did drink some coffee. Let's play it. So, hiding in a bush that is essentially pinked. They don't know we're here. We essentially already won because of our position. 3 invisible, basically, in this bush versus 1 visible over here, 1 visible over here. We've already won. I don't know, I think if the Baron buff got them a little bit in over their heads, right? They're like, oh, we need to stay in lane. But they're in different lanes. They need to come down mid if they're going to stay in lane, or all come down to Dragon. Well, Dragon's coming up in like 12 seconds, so they've already lost. Play the clip. So right here it's just staying, and I see the Warwick coming up, and I know that he's going to want to take that. So I'm going to walk up, contest, WQ, instant, and R. I've done my job, I back up, waiting for my E to come back up. E's on a 5-second cooldown. Late game, look at the cooldown, 10 seconds. 10-second cooldown, late game. And I don't think that's counting, it's not counting my CDR. This is not a CDR build I'm going, but it does have CDR. I think right now I have about 30 CDR. I've got 20 from this. You would get some CDR from this. No. I think I only have 20 CDR, maybe some in the ruins. Is there a way to check? Yes, there is. Okay, it doesn't matter, but it doesn't show. Okay, so interestingly enough, the E, our cage, is on a really short cooldown. I think it's about 7 seconds. So while it's on cooldown, let's follow me. I'm staying right next to my team, physically right next to my team. We'll put another E really far, and we'll drop the WQ on the Morgana, just completely obliterating her. Slow down a little bit more, and we'll back it up. So look at where I am physically. Obviously, I'm trying to push up to get this guy who's the only one we see right now. But as soon as I see other teammates come up, the positioning of Veigar in a team fight is very important because you're a queen. You're a queen in chess, very important piece, right? So you need to be guarded by people. You can't be on the outskirts. I can't be over here. I can't be over here. I can't be right here. I need to be in between my teammates. Just physically in between my teammates. You can guard them and they can guard you. So Fizz hits his ulti there. I don't think it's too important. So, again, perfect grouping. E's coming back up, so looking to put my E about right here. This is a super strong area. I put my E, blocks this, blocks them from getting out. Blocks them from coming in, blocks everything. So E's coming back up. I know this guy's dead, kind of ignoring him, so I'm looking at these two. Stun them, W both of them, Q the one I know I can kill. And the game is just won off of that. So, hopefully you guys learned a little bit from this game. I'm getting, I think, a little bit better at making videos. You can give me tips, I don't care. Give me any ideas that you want from videos. That sound is ridiculous. That's a gross sound. I don't know how they recorded that sound, but that's a gross sound. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Give me some ideas. Thank you. Peace. Next time.